Internet piracy is against the law, unless of course you're big tech. Then it conveniently becomes training data.
Apple is fighting for its very survival.
The stakes are pretty high here. Back in March, Apple said that amazing version of Siri with all this AI stuff, it's going to be able to do all sorts of great things. They had to delay it.
In this video, we're looking at Apple's latest AI lawsuit, the pirated Books 3 dataset, and why big tech treats copyright law as rules for thee, but not for me. Okay, so if you've ever downloaded a pirated book, film, or album, the law is clear, it's illegal. Now, enforcing that law may be difficult, but nonetheless, your ISP's warning is pretty straightforward. No discussions about innovation or fair use, you're the problem, and you must stop or face legal action.
And the Supreme Court's hearing a billion-dollar case over online piracy today. The case could determine whether internet providers can be held financially liable if they fail to cut internet access to accounts suspected of piracy.
But at the same time, some of the world's largest tech companies are creating multi-billion-dollar AI systems using that same kind of pirated material. And now Apple is the latest company facing that very accusation.
All I've been seeing is AI lawsuit after AI lawsuit after AI lawsuit. This past week, both Anthropic and Apple were hit for the same thing, training their models on pirated books. Authors are saying that their work was scraped without consent or payment.
As reported in late 2025, authors Grady, Hendrix, and Jennifer Roberson filed a lawsuit in federal court in Northern California. They claim that Apple used their copyrighted books without consent or compensation to train its AI models. And what's even more incredible about this is that the very evidence for this actually came from Apple's own technical paper describing its open ELM language model. The lawsuit states, Apple is building part of this new enterprise, Apple Intelligence, using Books 3. A dataset of pirated copyrighted books that includes the published works of the plaintiffs and the class. Apple used Books 3 to train its open ELM language models. Apple also likely trained its foundation language models using this same pirated dataset. Now, if you're not familiar with Books 3, it was an online collection of over 196,000 pirated books. For a long time, it was known as somewhat of an open secret in AI development communities and was allegedly utilized by companies like Meta, OpenAI, and Microsoft. It was finally removed in 2023 following a DMCA request initiated by the Danish anti-piracy organization Rights Alliance. Apple is also not the first company to be warned about this issue. Back in 2023, a collective of authors filed a lawsuit against Anthropic for utilizing Books 3 to develop their Claude AI model. That case concluded with a court-approved settlement believed to be approximately $1.5 billion involving claims of infringement on over 500,000 books, with damages estimated to be around $3,000 per book.
So there is a new filing in the class action lawsuit against Anthropic. They are going to pay $1.5 billion. The company had faced the risk of more than $1 trillion in damages if they didn't settle.
Now that Apple is confronting a similar lawsuit, the recurring pattern is difficult to overlook. So why is this happening? Well, from Apple's perspective, the disappointing rollout of Apple Intelligence has seen the tech giant fall behind in the AI race. And these actions show that they're willing to do whatever it takes to try and catch up.
Look, we don't want to disappoint customers, we never do, but it would have been more disappointing to ship something that didn't hit our quality standard, that had an error rate that we felt was unacceptable. So we made what we thought was the best decision. I'd make it again.
Sure, they'll have to handle some lawsuit settlements and damages to their reputation from time to time, but the motivation for Apple and big tech is clear. Move fast, argue for fair use, claim publicly available data, and find out what holds up in court. Now, Hendrix and Roberson's lawsuit raises important issues, as they aren't just looking for hard cash. They want the court to certify a class action, preventing further unlicensed use of their work and ensuring real change in how AI training occurs. If they win, it won't only cost Apple money, it could become a major case that makes the entire industry reconsider what data they use, how they obtain it, and who gets compensated when creative works are used for machine inputs. So the real reason why internet piracy feels like a crime for us but merely a strategy for big tech ultimately comes down to money. The AI race is rewarding speed over permission, with legal consequences pushed into the future, a sort of digital kicking of the can down the road. But copyright law isn't going away, for now at least. It's just being postponed. But that delay is coming to an end, and what happens next could decide how AI models are built in the future, just as the race continues to speed up. Thanks for watching Bizotium. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing with notifications on, and we'll see you on the next one.